The clock struck 2, as the thick silence of the small apartment was pierced by an unsettling humming. Jenna sat on her bed, the pale glow of her laptop illuminating the walls covered in posters of long-forgotten bands. Outside, the black fury of night pressed against her window, casting shadows that seemed to dance in the faint light. She paused, fingers hovering above the keyboard, listening. From the living room, she heard her roommate, Clara, murmur in her sleep. It was a familiar sound, one that Jenna had grown accustomed to over the past few months. But this time, the voice was different. It lacked the gentle cadence of Clara's tone, twisting into something low and almost gravelly. "Jenna, come join me." Pulled by an uncertain curiosity, Jenna pushed her laptop aside and crept towards the living room. The air grew cool as she approached, a sudden chill biting at her skin, all warmth vanishing like the light of an extinguished candle. She stood in the doorway, the dim outline of her roommate half hidden beneath a blanket on the couch. "Clara," Jenna whispered, her voice trembling slightly. There was no answer, only the sound of breathing that felt heavily weighted, like it belonged to someone else entirely. The soft, recurring hum danced back into her ears, now punctuated with that same deep voice, echoing from the depths of the couch. "Join me in the shadows, it calls for you." Jenna's heart raced as the shadows shifted and twisted in the corner of her vision, a dark presence that felt almost tangible. The familiarity of her roommate felt stripped away, leaving behind a hollow space filled with an inexplicable dread. Stepping closer, Jenna squinted in the dim light, the shape of Clara growing disturbing. It was as if she had sunken deeper into the couch, her eyes still shut, but her lips moving in an erratic rhythm, intertwining languages Jenna didn't recognize. "Why won't you join?" the voice teased, thick and resonant, layered with something twisted. Fearing what she might find, Jenna reached out, shaking Clara's shoulder, only to have her hand jerked back, repelled by an invisible force. Suddenly, Clara's eyes flew open, dark, unfathomable depths, staring fiercely into Jenna's, but the familiar warmth was absent. "It's too late for you," she said in a voice that echoed the sinister melody of earlier murmurs. Terror surged through Jenna as the room filled with the oppressive weight of silence. It was thick, wrapping around her throat, choking out her screams. She stumbled back, the very texture of reality shifting as shadows flooded towards her from Clara's side, dancing along walls and floorboards, seeking to consume her. In an instant, the bedroom door swung open, catching the flurry of the chaotic shadows. With a burst of instinct, Jenna dashed down the hallway, the persistent voice lumbering behind her. "You can't escape the dark." It crossed her mind. The night could threaten to swallow her whole, but she wasn't the only one with power. In a moment of clarity, she snatched a crystal pendant from around her neck, feeling its warmth pulse against her palm, and turned to face the writhing darkness. "Begone," she shouted, focusing on the bond they had shared back when Clara was still herself, before the shadow folded and twisted her laughter into a weapon of despair. For a heartbeat, chaos paused, the shadows recoiled, and Clara's eyes shone once more with a poignant glimmer of humanity, fear and pleading merging in her gaze. Within that fragile moment, Jenna understood. Light could still penetrate the thickest darkness. "Fight it, Clara," she cried, raising the crystal high, watching as warmth spilled from it, slicing through the shadows like breaking dawn. The dark voice shattered into whispers, fading into a breathless silence, leaving Clara's form trembling before Jenna. And suddenly, the air grew warm again, not just in the room, but within Jenna's heart, the chilling pressure calming as the curtain of night lifted. Leaving behind the echo of the shadows, clarity returned to Clara's eyes. Together they stood amidst the remnants of a restless battle, a reminder of the thin line between light and dark, and the unyielding bond shared, even when faced with the depths of a forgotten horror. In the weeks that followed, Jenna often glanced at the now quiet space where Clara had once been utterly lost, a lingering unease settling in every corner of their home. But no dark voice haunted the night anymore, only echoes of laughter and the promise of another dawn together, forever tethered by the shadows they had vanquished, side by side.